My goodness. There's a video I'm watching, and I suggest you guys should watch it. It says I went inside a giant complete walkthrough of a Vestas Inventus wind turbine at full power, and the shutdown of an Inventus, it sounds like a spaceship, or it sounds like a giant sci-fi super weapon spooling down. I don't know why wind turbines sound like giant spaceships or like intergalactic space weapons when they spool up, but they're cool. Alright. Sorry for the late box chat. Hello, viewer. Oh, hey, there's a Wheatie. I didn't even notice that. Hello, viewer. Goodbye, viewer. You know what's awesome? Is that a wind turbine can literally just be stopped by going inside and literally pressing an off button. Yes, there's like a little button this size that can turn a giant turbine off. That's insane to me. One little button. So much power behind it. Not as much power behind the scram button, though. Alright, let's get in this box. You know, a scram button fires every single control rod into a nuclear reactor, shutting it down effectively. Hello, chat. Like, I'm being genuinely serious. You could take the sound clip of what a wind turbine sounds like when it turns on, when it goes from 0 to 100%. You could take that sound, hello, viewers, and play it over like a charging super weapon in like a video game or a movie, and it would sound so perfect. Sometimes when a wind turbine likes to start up, it sounds like the heat rays charging up from the 2005 movie War of the Worlds by Steven Spielberg. I'm being genuinely serious. And the more powerful they are, usually the deeper tone of they sound at max power. Smells old. 09. '17 Philly. Woody. And 09. Weedy. '41 Philly. That's replay number 1. Canadian. Hello, viewers. Hey. 10 rolls in, we should have 2 wee pennies, we only got 1. And yeah, let's keep going. 09. Another 09. Oh, 09. Ow! Oh, my knee. Ow! Oh! Keep hitting my knee. Hello, viewer. What I? sweetie. $1956 Denver. Sweet penny number 2. Hello, viewer. Hello, I'm trying to learn C coding language. Oh no, that's C sharp, my dumbass. Good luck! Do you guys have much tornadoes in Oklahoma? Actually, we sometimes have more tornadoes than Oklahoma. In 2025, Texas claimed the crown for the most amount of tornadoes. Woody. But here's the special thing. Illinois, we ranked number 2 in tornadoes per state last year. And in 2023, Illinois took the top spot for the most amount of tornadoes, with over 150 confirmed touchdowns. Run that through your head for a second. We have a tornado on average here of up to 1 every 3 damn days. Alright, guys. Okay, we have 2 bot rolls. I'm learning C# for Unity. I'm trying to make a game. That's cool. C#, apparently. I think that's what Minecraft Bedrock is coded in. I used to learn coding, but I completely sucked ass at coding. Hey, guys. We have 2 wheat pennies. We should have 4. We're going on to another bank branch of pennies. So, wish me luck. But that is, oh yeah, I think I remember you telling me that. One happened. Do you know about supercell thunderstorms? One happened January 16th? Oh, you know, it's Australia. I bet you it's inverted. In the northern hemisphere, we get the bad stuff in May. You must get yours in January. I've never heard of it. $17 billion. We sometimes get storms in December too, but mostly January. Because yeah, that's probably, you know what? I know why. Oh, there's a wheat penny. 1958 Denver. Wheat penny number 3. It's because December 20th is the winter solstice, so the sun is at the most southern it can get in the atmosphere at that time. So therefore, it's going to be the hottest in around... God, that sounds so weird. So I'm guessing like it's summer for you guys right now, or it's about to be fall. That is so weird, brother. So what? That's not, dude, that'd mess, oh, 09. That'd mess me up mentally if I went up to Australia. Not like that it's a bad thing. It's just so interesting. You go to celebrate Christmas and you don't celebrate any like white Christmas. It's just always like hot ass freaking burn you up in 3 seconds Christmas. Heat blister Christmas. What's fall? You're joking, right? You don't know what fall is? It's a transitional period between summer and winter. Autumn? Also, why are there thunderstorms in summer? Because, well, so I can give you the short answer. It's very freaking hot. Now, here's the thing. Above the atmosphere will form these things known as heat inversion caps. These heat inversion caps will start trapping heat. Imagine these heat caps as a blanket. When you put a blanket over something, it starts getting warm, right? And imagine sun shining on this blanket. It starts to get warm. It starts to convect. It starts to rise and rise and rise upwards. So this lift, here's 09. This lift is a very, very vital ingredient for thunderstorms. Another thing that occurs in, summer is that very high amounts of heat that will evaporate water and humidify the atmosphere. So you get all this wet, and I know it's going to sound disgusting, wet, moist, convecting hot air that rises. And it starts to build under this blanket. This is called CAPE, Convective Available Potential Energy. Once it exceeds 1,000 joules per kilogram, a thunderstorm may commence, hail, or even tornadoes if other parameters are possible. Again, like the summer offers a lot of hot air, which is what thunderstorms need to fuel themselves. I've actually done weather lookouts. Like, I'll look at weather. I'll notice that basically almost every day of summer, there will be the atmosphere. The atmosphere is so unstable. So that's your answer right there. In summer, the atmosphere can be wildly unstable. We're talking like a very high instability or CAPE. We're talking like 6,000 to 8,000 is very, very high. And we have some days that can exceed 5,000 joules per kilogram, which is absolutely ludicrously high. Like 3,000 joules per kilogram. That can essentially sustain a long-tracked EF3 plus tornado. I got another one. 1956 Philly. We pay number 4. The only thing in winter, we have all this cold air. There's not a lot of heat in the atmosphere. In fact, the highest instability I've seen is 1,000 on a special warm day. The instability in most days in winter in the United States, in my area at least, has been remaining under 100. Hell, it's been remaining under 30. You need to get to 150 to spawn rain, and 1,000 CAPE to spawn a thunderstorm. Alright, we should have 6 sweet pennies. We have 4, and look at that. There's one on the end. So that's essentially what the long answer is. Ooh, 1936 Philly. Wheat penny number 5. Now, this heat inversion cap, it can do one of two things. A, if it's strong enough, it will hold down this rising and unstable air, and it can suppress a thunderstorm. What I'm about to say, a heat inversion cap is a double-edged sword. It can either help heavily or hurt heavily. So again, A, it is going to hold down that heat, hold down that instability, and it's going to suppress the thunderstorm. Or B, and this is bad, is when it essentially starts to hold back that pressure, and it starts to build and build and build until what eventually happens This instability explodes. And, oh, there's a Weedy. This causes what's known as explosive thunderstorms. 1956 Denver, Wheat Penny number 6. These explosive thunderstorms are violent enough where if you look at it, you can see it growing. And it looks, again, explosive thunderstorms appear as little cotton balls. Or like they look like cotton flower fruits. And they're very, very puffy. These thunderstorms can also, explosive thunderstorms can also produce lightning strikes at a frequency of sometimes up to 1 to 2, even exceeding 3 strikes of intracloud per second. Oh, 9. I have document, what, that's insane. And by the way, yeah, these thunderstorms can essentially, like, they look like end of the world thunderstorms. Give me a second, I'll show you. It is a sight to behold, and I don't doubt that, what do you call it? I bet you that Australia has to be home to many explosive thunderstorms due to its heat. I mean, you're telling me you're experiencing 40 degrees Celsius. That is conducive to assist in the formation in heavy thunderstorms. This is what an explosive thunderstorm looks like. Oh, God. Sorry, my screen's all dirty. This is one of the most insane thunderstorms I've ever caught. There is intracloud almost every single second. Come on. Yeah, in this storm, you could literally see lightning pop out of the cloud every single second. Oh, wow. Australia is getting slammed right now. Oh, God, you guys are on digital? Oh, man, you don't have soundings? Thunderstorm warning. Australian Government Bureau of Meteorology. Sydney, Metropolitan Hunter, okay, I'm gonna pronounce this wrong. Illawarra, South Coast, Central Tablelands, Southern Tablelands. Are likely to produce heavy rainfall that may lead to flash flooding, large hailstones, and damaging winds in the warning area over the next several hours. Locations may be affected. The state emergency service advises people should park their cars under secure cover. Interesting. Digital. It's a very old. This is what digital looks like. It's very old. Or is that super res? Here, I'll show you what this is what super res looks like. I wish I could get soundings. Oh, we got. Let's see. Ooh, definitely want to look out over here. Sorry, guys, I'll get back. Definitely want to look out over here. Could get a little bit of a rotation right there. What town is this? What do you have? Yeah, we definitely have a little bit, so this is, This is Wollongong. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Looks like here over by a town east of Tarolga. Is that what it's called? It looks like there's a hail core right here. Go to like MSN Weather. That's a good one. I would say go to NWS, but you guys aren't serviced by them. Yeah, we do have that's a lot of hail cores right here. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. And they seem to have a different structure compared to American cells. Oh yeah, we definitely do have some hail cells right here. There's 1 right here. 1 right here. Looks like there's 1 developing right there. January 16th. Check this out. Huh? Looks like this one isn't logged. Where at? Near Sydney? See if I can get back that far. Damn, I don't think I can select that far. Yeah, I can't select that far, man. I'm sorry. Experienced significant outbreak of severe supercellular storms, particularly across New South Wales and Queensland. Giant hail. 12 to 13 centimeters. Shit! Damn. Of 100 kilometers an hour recorded. Numerous locations for Southwest. 100,000 residents without power. That's severe. That sounds like hell. I think, yeah, I remember one of the worst days. Was it November 17th? Or I think it was like November 17th, 2013. Yep, November 17th, 2013. Ow! Hit my knee on my table again. On the 17th of November, 2013, a rare, powerful EF4 tornado struck the town of Washington, Illinois. I lived 30 minutes away from that town, but I still took cover. It took the lives of 3 people and killed... It killed 3 people and injured 125 more. It would rip a scar straight through Washington. To this day, you can still see houses that were built brand new and some houses that were never built at all. More than 12 years later. But what a good EF4 is the Roanoke EF4 of 2004. It occurred no more than a year before I was born. The good thing about the Roanoke EF4 is that nobody was killed. The most severe injury saw a woman needing stitches to her head, and after she was stitched, she made a full recovery. And you want to see something amazing? Give me a second. Alright, Pine, you want to see one of the most amazing things that will give you hope in humanity? Because this is unbelievable. And it happened in my area. And I've gone by this factory many times in my life to go to my job that I used to work for over in a town known as Metamora. This crazy. In my opinion, what is one of the most interesting pieces of tornadic damage you'll ever see. Does Dom logs, if it does not, can you look at born radar near Richmond? I don't know which town it is, but I definitely know code names. I could probably give it a try after stream. But ready for this? I have to get this roll done, actually. $20.25. Look at this. This is the remains of the Parsons factory, north of Eureka, Illinois. Because I have bad time management, but look at that. That factory is leveled. You would not expect anybody to live through that. But you want to know the miraculous thing about that factory? Everybody survived. Nobody was killed in that factory. And it's all, and you might know that there's a lot of really bad bosses and managers out there that basically are douchebags that take advantage of their employees and completely treat them like complete garbage. I'll go to sleep. That factory, Pinecone, it had 150 workers in it. Not one of them were killed. It's because it's owned by a man by the name of Bob Parsons. Back then, it said that Bob Parsons used to work at a plant, and he had a close call with a tornado. When he built the Parsons factory north of Eureka, Illinois, he built 3 tornado shelters in his factory. And every year, rehearsed drills, or like they rehearsed tornado drills every single year. And it paid off. Because every single one of them, they survived. And you want to hear the best thing about it? After the plant... And by the way, this proves why Bob Parsons is a Chad. He paid his workers while the plant was being rebuilt. The workers were sent home, and they were paid even though they weren't working. So while they were rebuilding the plant, he paid them full. Is there any place I can log storms? I don't know. Try searching around. Like, use AI probably to find like a site that logs them. But when his workers were sent home to rebuild the plant, he paid them all to make sure that they wouldn't struggle. And after the plant was built, the amount of tornado shelters was increased from 3 to 8. That's right, he almost tripled tornado shelters. This guy is an absolute legend, and he is, in my eyes, what everybody should look up to be, because he takes safety very seriously and severe weather very seriously. That's completely opposite of the Mayfield factory, where the workers had an hour to get out in advance, and the managers were reported to have blocked them or even threatened their termination. But in the end, the candle factory led to the deaths of over 30 people. A complete result of negligence from the candle factory owners. I don't know what the lawsuits look like, but I really hope they sued the shit out of those candle factory owners. I don't care if my job's on the line. I can't work if I'm dead. Like, I've already told my boss, I'm like, dude, you could... Like, I've always told my boss, like, dude, you could fire me. I don't care. If I hear there's a tornado, I'm out of here, buddy. Like, I know if they say, oh, don't outrun one. Well, actually, I think I'd be cooked. I do live on an interstate, but if I had to flee east, I go through the entirety of my town. But if I go south, I have to go through the interstate, which will get clogged. Can't go west, because that's where it's coming from, and you can barely even go north, because it turns into country road. See, I am kind of cooked. You can't run away from where I'm at. Alright. 17 Philly. Western. What? Saturday, Tuesday Thunders will not hit us directly. Alright, we are, last 10 rolls. We should have 8 wheat pennies. We have 6. Oh, 9. Also, I can't find a thing like that. Jump around after 2 months. Yeah, that's annoying. A Canadian penny. Or you do also can't find anything. Or you do that, or just me. I don't know. Canadian penny. Do you have any tips to find hobbies? Just look at weird things you like. Like I've noticed, hey, collecting really weird discs that have money symbols on them are kind of fun. So I kind of started getting into it and got into it. There's a Wheatie. There's another Wheatie. 1958 Denver, 1945 Philly. Repays number 7 and 8. $17 Philly. I think I'm gonna go see if I can go to a climbing gym tomorrow. 17 Philly. Philly. Here. Well, I was playing video game. Yeah, that's a hobby. Oh, 9. That's good. Alright, bye. I'm about to end this stream, so don't feel bad. Because this last roll right here. That's it. $17 Philly. Alright, wheat pennies. We got 8. Bicentennials. 10 of those bad boys. 17 Phil. Oh, no. That's 10, 17 Phillies. Bicentennials. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 of those. Estimates, we got 2 of those. Woodies, we got 3 of those. Canadian pennies, we have 3 of those. Copper pennies, we have 577, and no Indian head cents. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a nice one. And yeah, peace.